Welcome to the Sankofa Pan-African series. We travel through history's corridors, illuminating Afrocentric narratives. Support us through Patreon or by buying me coffee. Your subscription is a great start, but do hit the bell for notifications so you know when we have new episodes. Share our videos and visit our website sankofastorybooks.com for stories, biographies, Afrocentric nursery rhymes, and other resources for children. Together can change the negative narratives about us. The UK is embroiled in chaos, with the past week witnessing unprecedented violence. Cars torched, buildings set ablaze, and distressing racial attacks. This turmoil isn't merely spontaneous. It has deep roots and complex causes that go beyond the immediate triggers reported by the media. Many attribute the onset of these riots to a tragic incident in Southport on July 29th, where 3 children lost their lives. While this event certainly ignited tensions, it is not the sole catalyst. A more insidious force has been at play, influenced heavily by the divisive rhetoric of figures like Tommy Robinson and certain sensationalist media outlets. The backstory begins in October 2018 in Huddersfield, West Yorkshire, where a Syrian refugee, Jamal Hijazi, was bullied and assaulted in his school playground, an incident caught on video and widely disseminated online. Tommy Robinson, a far-right activist, sees this video as an opportunity not just to fan the flames of division, but to outright fabricate claims that Jamal had assaulted other students. These accusations were baseless and led to severe repercussions for Jamal and his family, leading to a libel case which Jamal won in 2021, securing a significant financial compensation. Despite the court's verdict, Robinson didn't retreat. In 2023, he escalated his campaign by producing a documentary titled Silenced, which reiterated his debunked claims about Jamal. This move came despite an existing injunction and imminent legal consequences. Just days before a court appearance related to this matter, Robinson screened the banned film at a far-right rally, exacerbating tensions and sparking widespread violence. This recent outbreak of violence is not merely about the events in Southport or even Jamal Hijazi. It's about a long-standing campaign by certain far-right elements to portray Muslim communities as the other, often linking them unfairly to criminality and social unrest. This narrative has been perpetuated by certain politicians and tabloids, painting immigrants and refugees as scapegoats for broader societal issues. As the UK reels from these riots, which have spread to cities like Hull, Liverpool, Bristol, Manchester, and beyond, it becomes clear that these are not isolated incidents, but part of a broader pattern of orchestrated hate and xenophobia. Chants like "deport them," "don't support them" echo through the streets, signaling a deep-seated unrest that has been simmering beneath the surface. The recent unrest in the UK has brought attention to the far-right's influence in shaping and sustaining civil disturbances. Prominent figures such as Elon Musk, Tommy Robinson, Nigel Farage, and Lawrence Fox have played significant roles in this landscape, each contributing to the narrative in unique ways. Understanding the context. The UK riots can be seen as part of a larger pattern of unrest across Europe, where economic pressures, cultural tensions, and political polarization have created a volatile mix. The far right has often capitalized on these issues, using them to fuel their agenda and gain support. Elon Musk has become an influential voice in the public discourse through his vast social media following. Musk has been amplifying divisive narratives by promoting controversial topics and engaging with far-right figures on platforms like X, formerly known as Twitter. His tweets, often cryptic or provocative, have been tacit endorsements of far-right positions, which can embolden these groups and legitimize their claims. Tommy Robinson, as indicated earlier, is a well-known far-right activist in the UK who has been a central figure in fomenting unrest. His history of inflammatory rhetoric and organizing protests has often been linked to outbreaks of violence. Robinson's narrative focuses on immigration and Islam, using these topics to stoke fear and resentment among his followers. By positioning himself as a defender of British values, he rallies support from those feeling marginalized or threatened by societal changes. Nigel Farage, former leader of the UK Independence Party and a prominent Brexit campaigner, has a long history of populist rhetoric. Farage's influence lies in his ability to communicate complex issues in simple, emotive terms that resonate with a broad audience. By framing issues like immigration and EU membership as existential threats to the UK's sovereignty, Farage has tapped into the anxieties of many citizens, providing fertile ground for far-right ideologies to flourish. Lawrence Fox, an actor turned political activist, has emerged as a vocal critic of political correctness and what he perceives as woke culture. Fox's campaigns often center on the idea of free speech being under threat, which resonates with those who feel their views are being silenced. His rhetoric, which frequently targets progressive policies and advocates for a return to traditional values, contributes to the polarization and cultural tensions underpinning the riots. The impact of their involvement. The involvement of these figures in the UK riots highlights several key issues. First, amplification of misinformation. Through social media and public appearances, these individuals have the power to spread misinformation and fear, creating an environment ripe for unrest. Second, legitimization of extremist views. By engaging with or promoting far-right ideologies, they lend legitimacy to extremist views that might otherwise remain on the fringes. Third, their influence enables the incitement of supporters, often leading to organized protests and, at times, violent clashes. And finally, polarization of public discourse. The narratives they promote contribute to the polarization of public discourse, making constructive dialogue and resolution more challenging. The roles played by Elon Musk, Tommy Robinson, Nigel Farage, and Lawrence Fox in the UK riots underscore the complex interplay between media influence, political rhetoric, and societal unrest. As the UK navigates these turbulent times, understanding the impact of such figures is crucial in addressing the root causes of division and working towards a more cohesive society. To counter the influence of the far right, it is essential to foster open dialogue, promote media literacy, and encourage inclusive policies that address the concerns of all citizens. Only through a concerted effort can the UK hope to move beyond the cycle of unrest and towards a more united future.